All right, good evening, everybody. I'd like to go ahead and call the February 2026 regular school board meeting to order. It's our vision to be the model school district where every learner is valued and empowered to become a successful, contributing member of society. It's the mission to foster a culture of ownership and accountability through partnerships that create multiple pathways for success. Mr. Moore, would you please call the roll?
Okay, Carl Smith is not here. Daniel Gray?
Here.
Ava Coleman?
Present.
Jim Moore, present. Ron McDaniel?
Present.
Dina Tony?
Here.
Lauren Martin?
Here.
Laura Walker?
Here.
All here, sir.
Everybody check your mics and turn them down just a little bit. All right, if you will stand with me, please, as we observe a moment of silence followed by the pledge.
We join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Aaron, I don't know what's going on here, but we got something. Okay, I think that was it. All right, first item we've got is special presentation, Jacksonville High School. Miss Mims, come on down.
All right, I brought a couple with me. They're going to speak here in a minute, but I'll go over the first part of it. Jacksonville High School is committed to a meaningful and lasting improvement with a strong focus on academic achievement, school culture, and post-secondary readiness. That's our focus. So our first focus has been on improving our Atlas test scores. So has been a major priority for JHS. While we continue to focus on individual scholar growth, we are also intentionally working on to improve our overall achievement data, because that's where we are lacking the most. So the achievement scores on the school report card remain our area of focus. We recognize that this level of improvement cannot be achieved in one single year, but we can show growth and improvement. We are dedicated to sustain significant growth over time, and as you can see, our growth from our first beginning of the year to our middle of the year, in the three categories we showed growth. Math is a little bit smaller growth, but we will get there. So we have partnered with Gear Up to support incentives for our interim testing and the spring summative exams. Additionally, we will celebrate scholar growth by they have growth targets to meet, and those scholars will be awarded with the field trip to the Clinton Library Civics and Community Program. And that program is linked into your presentation, your data presentation under Academy Report. Ms. Jameson linked that there. So, secondly, we have focused on transform the culture at JHS. And we want to restore pride, loyalty, and a strong sense of belongingness within our school community. Jacksonville High School must be a place where scholars want to be, where they feel connected to something positive and successful. We understand that culture change does not happen overnight, but we are committed to building it one step at a time. A crucial part of shifting our culture is that our scholars have a voice. and that they are heard. As a part of this effort, JHS has successfully reestablished a student council. We are proud of this progress, and we are excited to provide an opportunity for you to hear directly from our student council president, Kyla Anderson Robinson.
Good evening, everyone. As student council president, I am proud to stand before you and say that our voices are being heard at JHS this year. This school year feels different in the best way, because students are not just being asked to participate, but to speak up, share ideas, and help shape our school. Our administration and teachers have made it clear that student input matters, whether it's through student council, surveys, meetings, or everyday conversations. Our opinions are being listened to and respected. When we bring ideas forward, we see real change, and that shows us that our voice truly counts. Being heard doesn't just mean speaking. It means knowing that what we say can make a difference. This year, students at JHS are learning leadership, responsibility, and confidence because we are a part of the decision-making process. That is something we should all be proud of. This week is also a time of celebration as we come together for homecoming. It's a chance to show our school pride, celebrate our community, and enjoy time together outside of the classroom. I would like to invite you to join us on Friday at 5:15 for the crowning of our homecoming king and queen. It's always a special moment and one we are excited to share with our JHS family. In addition, we will be hosting a homecoming dance on Saturday for the JHS student body. We look forward to a fun, safe, and memorable event for our scholars. Thank you for your continued support, your school spirit, and most importantly, for helping make JHS a place where every scholar's voice is heard.
So in addition to our student council, if you have not watched our Titan TV, you are missing out. And I've also linked that into your presentation, one of our last episodes before Christmas. So our scholars continue to shine in leadership and service opportunities, including recently the Beta Club recent state convention, attended the state convention, and the picture is on the far right of those scholars, and meaningful service, community service projects such as Pack-a-Shack, where freshman scholars packed 20,000 meals as a part of a campus-wide community service project. And there's a couple of pictures on there of the scholars packing those. All right, thirdly, JHS is placing a strong emphasis on expanding concurrent credit opportunities. Increasing participation in concurrent credit will positively impact our merit and distinction scores. We also provide scholars valuable college-ready experience. The curriculum team and I have participated in multiple strategic meetings to increase access to and enrollment in concurrent credit classes. Beginning next year, JHS scholars will be able to receive concurrent credit in criminal justice and cybersecurity. Additionally, we are actively working to establish partnerships with colleges to offer concurrent credit opportunities in nursing, banking, and automotive. Currently, JHS has 18 scholars enrolled in welding at ASU-BB. Ms. Ava Coleman's son is there. And 20 scholars are enrolled in culinary with Pulaski Technical College. Dr. Owa's son is enrolled in that program. And we have 50 scholars enrolled in our drafting, architectural, we call CAD, Computer Aid Design. And so those enrollment in those pathways have doubled or more and during this school year. This evening, I'm pleased to have with me Jennifer Green, and she's going to share with us a little bit about her certifications and her future plans.
Good evening. So, I'm a student in the Building Automotive and Design Academy, specifically learn 3 industry certifications. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Those are called Inventor, Revit, AutoCAD, and AutoCAD. These are real job-ready skills that employers recognize. I originally enrolled because I want to build my own home someday, but the program has given me much more than that. I've gained a strong understanding of drafting, design, and problem-solving skills that apply across many career paths. I'm interested in becoming a UAS drone pilot, and having a background in architecture and CAD gives me a major advantage. It allows me not to only collect data, but also understand, map, and communicate it accurately. Through architecture too, I can also earn up to 4 college credit hours from ASU BU, saving time and money while still in high school. As I look forward to the future, I'm interested in companies like Entergy, where skills in surveying, mapping, and infrastructure are essential. The BAD Academy is something truly special and is preparing students like me for real careers. Thank you.
All right, so throughout these focused efforts, Jacksonville High School is moving forward with purpose, commitment, and a clear vision for continued success. So that is our data presentation. So the last thing that I'm supposed to announce is, I think you have in front of you that JNPSD, hosted by Jacksonville High School, will be hosting this year's Special Olympics.
Awesome. I have one question.
All right.
DeKayla and Jennifer, what year are y'all?
Seniors.
Seniors? Okay, congratulations. Thank y'all very much. Great job.
Board, in addition to the Special Olympics, Mrs. Darrington did want me to tell everyone that she needs volunteers. So if you would like to volunteer on Wednesday, April 22nd, it's pretty much an all-day thing. We'll start early in the morning at the high school and end that afternoon. But anyone else, churches, organizations who would like to volunteer, will need a lot of hands on deck. So.
Very good. All right. And that takes us to public comment. We still don't know where our sound issues coming from. But. All right, so good evening. We're now opening the floor up for public comments. This is a designated time for community members to share their thoughts on matters before the board. We welcome and appreciate your input and ask that you speak respectfully and professionally. Please refrain from making statements about individual students or district staff members, as the board only considers such matters upon the recommendation from the superintendent. Your comments will be recorded in the official minutes. While we value your perspectives, please note that the opinions shared during public comment do not necessarily reflect the views of the board. Can you hear me now? No? Okay. First person I have is Tim Carter. Mr. Carter, take you 3 minutes once you start
Well,
speaking.
you just buzzed me out. I've been married so long, to shut me down, I'm habituated to that. And the last time I spoke at the school board meeting, Mr. Lester was the superintendent of Pulaski County School.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, and I was the president of student council, and that's all. That's all I got. And I have been a consultant for 20 years, but I'm now in a consultative role assisting a honorary Jacksonville North Pulaski School District Parent Action Coalition. You all are more familiar with all that than I, except I was invited to a social media platform, and I'd already been working on a security system for children, and have been involved in that for decades through another career I had. But the summation I'd like to give is we are looking at a categorized 5 major categories: student safety, transparency, accountability under safety. Like Reagan said, we want to trust, but let's verify it. And transparency, both of it, all of us, it's not about confrontation, it's about credibility. Accountability, clear responsibility. And when everybody's responsible, nobody is. We all know, it can't be everybody's problem. I was involved in one organization. They make a problem so large that then nothing could be done about it. So we also want to take responsibility to scale it to work packages that can be doable and accomplish something. And we flipped the script. That's when you're supposed to clap. Well, you can go from, we go through a range of things. So we're here to get on the high side of it. And then parent community engagement, we know the sporadic episodic events that fades out. We also know that when there's events of success, that can also be episodic. We'll all work to make that more the norm. And then the fifth would be policy change and institutional reform. Of course, that's a lot of feedback and collaboration, and it'd be more in the cognitive work, because are you a citizen of the year here in Jacksonville? I knew I didn't like you. I was sharing a painful story with them the other day, seriously. And it was really painful about someone in my life passing, and one of the members, I think she's a sociopath, but she broke out laughing. And I was hurt, but I love you, Teresa. I am jealous. That's it, sir. And thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Now, I'm not going to tell anybody about our relationship, Mr. Moore.
Oh, please don't.
He's my father.
All right, next up, Ms. St. Clair, Kristen St. Clair.
Well, Mama had to tell me.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it.
First, I want to acknowledge and appreciate that the board does live stream the board meetings. But I've had parents come to me, and I wanted to discuss that it only allows parents to watch and not participate in public comment. And for many families, especially one-parent households, parents with health conditions, mobility issues, and those living outside of city limits, attending these meetings are just entirely impossible. And that effectively excludes them from any sort of public comment. National data shows this matters. The U.S. Census Bureau reports that about 30% of households with children are one-parent households. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics finds that 25% of workers have evening, night, or irregular shifts. The CDC also notes that 1 in 4 adults live with a disability, and many of them, like I said, those are mobility issues, and that makes it entirely impossible for them to ever come to a single meeting. And they're not small groups. They represent a really big portion of our district. Research also shows that when districts adopt hybrid public comment, participation increases significantly. A 2023 National School Boards Association survey found that districts offering virtual comment saw a 40 to 60% hike in parent participation. That's a lot, like a whole lot. Hybrid access doesn't just add convenience. It meaningfully broadens who's able to engage. Adding a virtual option for public comment would ensure that parents who are unable to attend in person can still be heard. Many districts already offer the hybrid participation because it leads to more representation, it leads to more participation, and it leads to stronger trust between the board and all of the parents in the community, not just the ones that can come here in person. And for all these reasons, I respectfully ask the board to consider adding a virtual option for public comment, so all parents, not just those who can physically come, have a fair opportunity to participate and collaborate with their district. I have also looked into the cost. On average, if it costs the district anything, it'll be around $1,600, but most districts go with something that doesn't cost them anything at all. And that's $1,600 for an entire school year. And while we wait, I know y'all can't answer right now, but for the future topic discussion on this, we do want to invite the public and the board to attend our community meeting February 28th. You're not only our district leaders, many of you are parents of children in the district. Your presence and partnership do matter, and we welcome the opportunity to work together to strengthen communication, transparency, and work on solutions. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Camille. Can you pronounce your last name for me, please?
Balmar.
Balmar.
Okay, good evening. My name is Camille, and I'm speaking on behalf of the JNPSD Parent Action Coalition. Earlier this morning, we emailed each of you a written document outlining a parent-led initiative focused on improving communication, transparency, and collaboration between families and the district. I'm not here to ask for action tonight. I want to acknowledge that the materials have been shared and explain briefly and clearly why this work matters. Across the country, research consistently shows that when parent engagement is structured and ongoing, schools perform better and communities function with greater trust. Districts with formal parent advisory or oversight structures report significantly higher parent satisfaction with communication and decision-making. National studies also show improvements in attendance, academic outcomes, and staff retention when parents have defined constructive roles in district-level processes. Those numbers matter, but what they really represent is something simple. When parents understand how decisions are made and have a reliable way to raise concerns, problems are identified earlier, trust is stronger, and outcomes improve for students. The document we shared outlines a structured, solutions-focused model that reflects those findings. It's not about criticism or blame. It's about clarity, consistency, and accountability. Principles that high-functioning systems rely on in education, healthcare, and every other public institution. This approach is also informed by a broader body of work of the coalition and our consultant developed over time, including a book I authored, A Quantified Approach to Advocacy. That work focuses on giving parents practical, lawful tools to identify issues early, communicate effectively, and work towards solutions without escalation or chaos. It's not about confrontation. It is about process, documentation, and problem solving in systems that serve children. For anyone interested, the Amazon link to the book is available on my Facebook page, and all proceeds will go towards supporting the coalition. I also would like to note that the Parent Action Coalition will be holding its first community outreach meeting on February 28th at 3 p.m. at Landmark Baptist Church. This meeting is open to parents and community members who want to learn more about the coalition's work and how to engage constructively. And of course, the board is welcome to come. The materials have been shared, and we trust they will be reviewed with the seriousness this work requires. The initiative is grounded in research, lived experience, and a clear focus on student safety and accountability. We will continue engaging in this process with clarity, professionalism, and purpose. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, that's all I have signed up for public comment this evening. Next item on our agenda is a legal update. I did not see Mr. Richardson with us this evening. How about a facilities update? All right, Dr. Ola, superintendent's reports.
Mr. Aaron, can I share? Good evening, board members. Just two quick updates I wanted to give you this evening as soon as I'm able to share.
Did you turn my mic off? That might have been real quiet.
So the district team, along with our partners, have taken the work and the suggestions that came from the board work session and created some items from that work session. So this is not live yet. I want to thank Mrs. Chisa Williams for putting this together, but it will be located under parents and students on our district website. We'll just list how to report a concern if there's a concern from anyone, a child, a parent, relative, teacher, staff member, the child abuse hotline, and the process, also the reporting system, online reporting system, school support, and who are the individuals who are mandatory or mandated reporters. Also, the crisis manual, you have a hard copy at your seat as well that we provided after the feedback that will be available for parents. We also did take into account the suggestions of having a Spanish version, so we're working on that, as well as a crisis family guide, which is a condensed version of that manual, so it's more parent-friendly and guardian-friendly. Our crisis and emergency plan that was updated both from the school level and the district level. The updated district communication plan on how we'll communicate in a timely and accurate information when it comes to emergencies at the school level or district level. And then we also have the child abuse resource supports that are listed out there, as well as other informed resources. So I wanted to present that to you, as well as the completed manual that will go live, I believe, tomorrow. If there's not any corrections, we'll have this to go live tomorrow. So I want to present any questions or concerns.
That's good. Good work.
Thank you. Well, it's team effort along with our community partners who gave feedback, so we appreciate them. The last thing I wanted to share, last Thursday or Friday, I believe, Principal Mims can remind me, Principal Mims and Principal Biggs and I were on a webinar, a training webinar. We received a grant for mental health services. And so this is a 5-year grant that could extend a 7-year grant that will put mental health therapists in these schools. And that therapists will have individual therapy, group therapy, brief interventions with groups, family therapy, consultation activities with school administrators and faculty, and then care coordination. So the principals have the opportunity to either start it immediately this year or at the beginning of next school year. And the 5 years will start then. So Principal Mims, hands down, said she wanted it to start immediately, and then Principal Biggs wanted to transition, so she'll start in August. But the principals will be engaged in part of the actual hiring, and then the actual company, the school-based healthcare company, will provide training, ongoing training for those therapists. And so we look forward to having those resources for our young people and our staff members moving forward. So I wanted to provide that update with you, and that concludes my report.
Thoughts on that? Okay. Very good. Did you say how much the grant was for?
Yes, each school, the great thing about each school will be allocated $5,000 each, $25,000 total for the therapists, but they also get $10,000, I think it's 10, for incentives. Yeah, it's 10 for each year for incentives. So if the students participate in their group therapy, if their discipline or behavior is positive and it increases, their attendance increases, they're eligible for those incentives. And so the organization funds those incentives by giving the funds to the schools, to the middle school. And I will say, and the only reason why it's not at the elementary, because the grant is only for 6th through 12th grade scholars. And so that's the reason why we have it at the middle school and high school.
How often will a therapist be on campus?
They'll actually be there the entire time.
Every day?
Every day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good.
And they also wanted to state that it's a year-round position, and so even when the students are at home for summer, spring break, or extended holidays, telehealth with those therapists are available too.
I do have one question. So will the therapist be employed by us or by the company?
They, let me get clarification with that, because I know our principals are sitting on the interview, and they actually spearhead the interview, and we receive the funding, but I can get clarification if they're our employees or not.
Okay, because I guess I was just asking for salary wise. Therapist.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal for a
Well, and they offset that, and Principal Mills may want to provide more insight, but they're, you said what?
I'm in the same meeting you were.
All right. I mean, you may remember more from the training than I do.
It sounds great. I know y'all get the details worked out.
Much needed, much needed.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, any other questions on that? All right, board training hours, did you want to touch on that, Dr. Ola?
Yes, just as an annual requirement, we provided your transcript before you for FY25 school year. And then I know most of you are also signed up for training tomorrow as well. And so, but just wanted to make sure you have that, and we go on record that you've met those requirements as a board member.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any PPC reports this evening?
Yes, we have 2 Ms. Davis. And I believe Mrs. Logan is going to join them as well.
You want me to be the spokesperson? Yes, please.
Okay. All right, good. Turn the loud microphone back on.
Okay. items. I've been the selected spokesperson. So we have worked collectively both with the certified PPC and the classified PPC on the calendar. So we've got two calendars to present tonight. First is the regular K-12 calendar and the pre-K calendar. So as you know, our district is on an alternative calendar, which requires us to meet 1,068 instructional hours. So prime example is last week we built in additional instructional hours, at least 5 days worth in case we miss due to inclement weather, to not have to, make up those days. So this calendar does, keep with the format that we've had done, I think the last 2 or 3 school years. So our, the K-12 calendar, first day of school will be August 13th. The last day of school will be May 27th. Feedback from both PPCs was heard loud and clear. They did not want to come back in July, and they wanted to end school before Memorial Day weekend, so we were able to fit those in. Dr. Owa, it was important for him to at least have 1 day per month represented for a break for students. So a lot of those orange days that you see on those calendars are what we call curriculum planning or data days, which our staff will be on campus to review testing scores, to review curriculum, but students will be at home on those days. But those days are easily able to flip to student days if we miss more than those 5 days, which is kind of the situation that we're in now. Because we missed today, we'll have to do that for the date in February that's coming up. Another big change for the calendar that was loud and cleared from both PPCs is they hated parent-teacher conferences on how it was structured. So our staff was working a full day, students would be on campus full day, and then they would pivot to parent-teacher conferences which were from like 4 to 7. So that was an extremely long day for our staff, and they hated it. So we heard that loud and clear. So we agreed that parent-teacher conferences for next year, there'll be one parent-teacher conference offered for the first semester in October and then second semester in March. Those will be non-student days. And then the conference time will be available for parents to sign up starting at 11 o'clock and running through 7 o'clock at night. So that would be their contracted day, but then it would be a non-student day for students. So that would allow parents to sign up if they were able to do so in the afternoon, or they can sign up for, a conference time after hours once they go to work or when they come home from work. So I think both PPCs liked that. We were also able to make the next day, because they were going to be there till 7, a non-student day and a non-staff day. So you'll see for like October, we'll have a little mini fall break, which is identified from October 16th through October 19th. It gives them a nice little long weekend in fall to kind of recollect ourselves, and the students will have a nice break there. And then you'll see that again in March, where their spring break is extended. We start a little bit early because we'll have that parent-teacher conference day right before spring break, and then students and staff will be out on that following Friday to start their spring break early. And then again, students are out May 27th. Both the Thanksgiving break, spring break, and winter break is, virtually the same as it was this year. The difference for the pre-K calendar is they still require 178 student contact days. So our K-12 calendar only has 174 because that's how we meet those instructional hours. So for the pre-K calendar, all of those orange days or the curriculum planning, data planning days are student contact days for pre-K. But they do still offer the same start date and end date. So do you have questions on either of those calendars? Did I miss anything?
Looks good to me.
Very good. Yeah.
You want me to go on? Okay, we got a couple items. Sorry.
She's on a roll,
Okay.
right?
Okay, so the second item that both PPCs started talking about at the beginning of this year was longevity pay. So we have a lot of staff members, well, not say a lot, less than 50 for both licensed and classified, that have dedicated their 28 years of service, and they've hit the bottom of our salary schedule. So we have multiple lanes on our salary schedule, but they all bottom out at 28 years, and that's where they're stuck. So we have some, like Miss Davis right here. What are you at, 31 years?
I'm at 37 years.
37. So once you hit that 28, and that's remarkable, once you hit that 28, your pay does not change. So you get the same contract, it looks the same every single year, because that's where we bottom out, unless we do an overhaul on our salary schedule, which a couple of years ago, when Learns passed, we set our salary schedule, we added those increments, and then we were basically like, hey, this is what our salary schedule is going to look like year after year for a while. So both PPCs, came and we discussed what's called longevity pay. And instead of doing an overhaul or adding more steps on our salary schedule, most school districts across the state of Arkansas, I think the highest I've seen was at 30, but 28 years matches teacher retirement, which is where you get your full benefits for teacher retirement. So that's why a lot of school districts stop at 28 years. So if you look at the structure of our salary schedule, each lane has a step increment on every single lane. So this new policy reads that once you reach 28 years of service, we will give you that increment every single year thereafter that you hit that 28 years. You don't have to be here a certain amount of time. You don't have to be with Jacksonville for 5 years to be eligible for that. If we get a teacher that reaches 28 years at Pulaski County, we'll pay them for their first year here at 28 years, but if they stay with us additional year, then they'll be eligible for that longevity pay, and I'll give them that step increment on wherever they fall with their salary schedule. So that's what they're proposing to you, both PPCs. This will require us to turn our salary schedule policy. Right now it's 3.1 and I believe 8.1, but really we're going to change that to what's called a local policy because we're adding to that ASBA model policy. And that's, I think in your packet, the change would be that longevity pay in that blue to add to both of those policies. So that's what they're proposing to you tonight. And this will be effective the 26-27 school year. So when I do contracts in April, that would be reflected on your contract.
Cool. Questions? All good?
And board members, just so you know, it is an action item, so it's
We're
later.
good. Yes. Y'all are getting ahead of us.
I know, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right, and then the last item that they're bringing to you is a pay change for dyslexia paras and special education paras. So the dyslexia para, the PPCs, specifically the classified and licensed PPC, brought this policy, I believe, last school year.
Yes.
When we started having those conversations, and a dyslexia para has to do additional training to hold the dyslexia para position. Right now, they're being paid the same as an instructional para, and so they felt that because of the required training and the required additional documentation they have to maintain on all the students they're giving services to, they felt, well, one, we were having a really hard time retaining them because we would send them and we would waste, resources and funds on them to send them to training, get them qualified, and they would leave shortly after and go to another district. So one of the changes is to move them to what the SPED para pay is right now. There's under the instructional para pay structure, there's 3 lanes that you can fall under. So there's the instructional pay, which is range 1, and then in the middle is range 2, which is right now ALE paras, and which we're proposing is the dyslexia paras and SPED paras. And then there's a lane 3 right now that's listed as interpreters, but we, since I've been here, have never used that. We mostly contract out our interpreters because we don't actually have anybody on staff as an interpreter. Dr. Picard and her staff, we reach out and find individuals that have to hold a certain qualification for that, and we just contract the work out versus having them as a full-time employee, just because it's, we use them at very specific times versus having somebody on contract set. We reach out to a listing and then we call them as needed. So the proposal is to move dyslexia into that middle range, and then to move SPED para into that range 3 for higher, because we know that the work that the SPED paras do is a lot more physically demanding. Either lifting, they're lifting kids, they're maintaining feeding tubes, they are changing students, and so it's a lot more physical labored work that, I don't know if there's an amount of money that you could pay me to do some of the things that they have to do. So that was big for Dr. Owa. He recognized that, and he wanted to, give back to the SPED paras to make that change. So that is what they're also proposing.
Any questions? Thank y'all very much. Appreciate the presentation.
Mr. Gray, before we move on from the district reports, I just want to clarify. So Mrs. Coleman asked about the salary for the therapist. So he or she will be hired actually from and be an employee of the school-based healthcare association. They fully fund that. The $5,000 per year is the discretionary funding that the principals will use for the incentives. The organization also will fund the ongoing support, training, and performance coaching, and as well as the data tools to monitor student progress and program outcomes.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all very much. All right, so next item on the agenda is consent agenda. We've got the minutes from the January 5th regular meeting, January 13th board work session, our assistant superintendent's reports, and our financial report. Is there anything that needs to be pulled off for discussion? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. All right, next we have the Student Abuse Response Manual, and we've got a recommendation here to approve that.
Yes, sir.
As presented.
Recommendation to approve based on the feedback and recommendations from the board work session and our community partners. The manual, it is aligned with state law and existing board policy, but we want to make sure that we have board approval before we make it live on our webpage.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Speech language pathologist assistant position.
Yes, before you, board, we are asking for an addition for a speech language pathologist assistant position who will directly support student outcomes by increasing service capacity. This assistant position will allow us to increase the reach of this support for our young people. It would reduce caseload sizes and improve consistency and frequency of the services. We have several students who need the support. So the recommendation is to approve this additional position so that we can continue to serve our young people.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
I have a question.
Oh, sorry. Discussion.
What grades are we talking about from K through 12?
K-12, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry, sir. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. Next item I've got, the dyslexia paraprofessional and special ed paraprofessional pay increases.
Yes, sir, the recommendation is to approve this pay increase for the dyslexia and special education paraprofessionals.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously as well. Longevity pay policy proposal.
Yes, as presented by the team, recommendation is to approve the modification to district policies 3.1 and 8.1, which is the salary schedule for longevity pay so that we can continue to recruit and retain the very best for our young people.
I know those teachers will appreciate that. All right, do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. 26-27 calendar presentation. It's like Ms. Logan just hit the whole thing.
Well, last year you all asked, we had a presentation from our PPC groups and then one from the district. And it was important for our classified and licensed staff members to work with us, and it was important for you all for us to come together and bring one unified schedule and, of course, any policy changes. And so the team, Dr. Walker, Mr. Lester, Mr. Hunt, Mrs. Logan, have worked with our PPC groups to make sure we have these conversations before we get to you. And so that's the reason why. So PPC will present, and then, of course, they're here for action items. So the action item for the calendar presentations, the recommendations to approve the FY 27 school calendar for both pre-K and K through 12th grade.
Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Is there any discussion about aligning the requirements for the pre-K? Is that a federal issue? That's why it's not aligned, or?
It's actually, they've worked and they aligned it this year. So we'll, pre-K and K-12 will start it in. The only difference, if you look at the calendars, some of the days most of the days when K-12 teachers and staff members are doing staff development, pre-K is actually in because they have to meet the 178
That's what
days.
That's what I'm asking. Is there an effort to align that so that the calendars could be exact?
We haven't received anything from the State Department because although pre-K is housed under DESE now, they still operate independently, and it's a different set of funding as well. K-12 is funded from one set of funds, and pre-K is set, of course, from ABC funds, from DHS.
Okay. in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That passes unanimously. All right, student disciplinary actions, I don't believe we have any contested hearings. Do we have any, how many uncontested?
Correct, we have eight uncontested.
8 uncontested, and those are in our drives. So I invite everybody to find those.
Board members, as you review those, just a reminder that when action is taken, we do continue to provide instructional support so the students stay current educationally. But Dr. Smith's office also provide additional resources and supports when parents contact them or say that their young person needs additional support. So we want to make sure we're clear that those students will continue to receive that.
Question, is it possible, I've got like 2024, 2023, 2026, 25, February, does the drive, do you control what's in that drive, Jake?
Or we do.
Can we, do those have to stay in there? Can we wipe those? And
We can put them in a different folder.
okay, yeah. Sorry. Did everybody find it? Is it just February 2026? Yep, there it is. entertain a motion when y'all are ready.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second to approve the superintendent's recommendations to uphold the disciplinary actions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. Next item we've got is personnel, central office 2627 contracts, district administration 2627 contracts. Any discussion on personnel would need to be held in executive session. So we will move into executive session for the purpose of discussion of personnel. We will be back. session. We are on agenda item number 13, personnel. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve the personnel report as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Let me go over these upcoming events real quick before we adjourn. On Thursday, February the 5th, 6:30 to 7:15, with the 6th and 7th grade parents Q&A for the STEAM virtual option at the middle school. And that is going to be in the cafeteria at the middle school, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then this Friday at 5:15 on the 6th, we've got the homecoming court award or announcements at the high school. JNPSD Community Literacy Night, Jacksonville Community Center. That is Thursday next week, the 10th of February, from 5 to 6:30. 5th grade parent meeting, JMS STEAM, so that's an individual grade, or that's the elementaries, okay. Tuesday, February 17th, 5 to 6. And then we have the Mr. Ivory Tillman speech competition hosted by the NAACP at Jacksonville Middle School. That's on Saturday, February 21st at 12 p.m. And then we have Echoes in Excellence, Black History Month Performance Showcase at the high school in the auditorium Thursday, February 26th, 5:30 to 7. Any other announcements or things that need to be shared? If not, I'll turn it over to Mr.
I make a motion we adjourn.
Daniel.